Commander Sarah Chen pressed her back against the cold metal wall of the detention facility, listening to the alien guards' chittering conversation just outside her cell. The Zephyrian language had taken her months to decode, but now she understood every word of their contempt. "The human female grows weaker by the day," one guard hissed to another. "Perhaps we should inform the High Command that their prize specimen is failing." "No matter," replied the second. "Once we extract the location of their homeworld from her mind, this primitive species will serve as excellent labor stock." The biggest hegemony always needs more slaves. Sarah allowed herself a small smile in the darkness. They still believed she was just an unlucky explorer, caught in the wrong system at the wrong time. They had no idea that humanity's first interstellar mission hadn't been one of exploration at all. It had been reconnaissance. The door to her cell hissed open, flooding the cramped space with harsh purple light. High Commander Vexitar towered. In the doorway, his forearms crossed in what she'd learned was a gesture of supreme confidence among his kind. His scaled hide gleamed with bioluminescent patterns that indicated his high rank in the Zephyrian hegemony. "Human," he spoke in heavily accented Standard Galactic. "Today you will tell us what we wish to know. Our mind probes have been refined. Since yesterday." Sarah stood slowly, making a show of weakness she didn't feel. "I've told you everything. I was just mapping star systems. We barely have faster-than-light travel." "Lies." Vexitar's mandibles clicked with irritation. "Your ship's technology suggests otherwise. No species achieves interstellar flight without first conquering at least a dozen neighboring worlds. Where are your colonies? Where is this Earth you mentioned?" As they dragged her down the corridor toward the interrogation chamber, Sarah caught glimpses through the facility's windows. The Zephyrian fleet hung in orbit around the barren moon where they'd built this prison. Hundreds of massive warships, each one capable of glassing a planet's surface. It was an impressive display of force, exactly what the hegemony used to. Intimidate newly discovered species into submission. Too bad they'd picked the wrong species this time. In the interrogation room, Sarah was strapped into a chair that interfaced directly with her nervous system. The mind probe descended from the ceiling like a metallic spider, its sensors glowing with malevolent energy. "Last chance, human," Vexitar warned. "Tell us the coordinates of your homeworld and we might allow some of your species to survive as servants." Sarah looked up at him with defiant eyes. "You really want to know where Earth is?" "Yes." "Then look behind you." Vexitar spun around, confusion evident in his posture. Through the chamber's viewport, space remained unchanged. The same field. Of stars, the same Zephyrian fleet. Then the stars began to move. What the Zephyrians had mistaken for distant stellar bodies suddenly revealed themselves as something else entirely. Running lights activated across hulls that stretched for kilometers. Massive human dreadnoughts decloaked one by one, their dark armor scarred by the long journey across the void. They had been drifting silent and cold for weeks, mimicking space. Debris and asteroids, waiting for Sarah's signal. The Earth Defense Fleet had arrived. "Impossible," Vexitar breathed, his bioluminescent patches flickering with fear. "Our sensors detected nothing." "That's because you were looking for ships that move and fight like yours," Sarah said, feeling the restraints automatically release as human override codes flooded the facility systems. "You never considered that a species might specialize in patience, in sacrifice, in coming for their own." Alarms shrieked throughout the facility as the human fleet opened fire. Unlike the Zephyrians' energy weapons, humanity's kinetic bombardment was silent and devastating. Magnetic accelerators launched tungsten rods at relativistic speeds, punching through alien shields like paper. Sarah stood and walked to the viewport, watching as the pride of the Zephyrian hegemony died in soundless explosions. Behind her, Vextar scrambled to his communications console. "How?" he demanded. "How did they find you?" "They didn't find me," Sarah replied calmly. "I led them here. Every day you kept me prisoner, my ship's quantum beacon was transmitting our location back to Earth. Every torture session, every interrogation, you were giving my people more time to prepare. More time to study your technology through the sensors I've been carrying in my bloodstream." Vextar's 4 hands shook as he tried to contact his fleet commanders. "But you're just one human, one insignificant—" "That's where you made your mistake," Sarah interrupted, turning to face him. "You thought I was alone. But humans are never alone. We're pack hunters, Commander. We're the species that looked up at the stars and decided they belonged to us. And when you take one of us..." Through the viewport, the last Zephyrian battleship exploded in a cascade of plasma and debris. The rest of us come looking. The facility shuddered as human boarding craft attached to its hull. Sarah could hear the controlled detonations as her people breached the outer walls, their powered armor carrying them through the alien corridors with lethal efficiency. Vextar collapsed into his command chair, his proud posture finally broken. "Your species. What kind of monsters are you?" Sarah smiled, but there was no warmth in it. "We're the kind that remembers, the kind that never forgives, the kind that will chase you across the galaxy if you threaten what's ours." She paused, listening to the approaching footsteps of the rescue team. "We're humans, Commander, and Earth was already coming." The door exploded inward, revealing the familiar bulk of Terran assault marines. Their leader's visor retracted, showing the grinning face of Colonel Martinez. "Sorry we're late, Commander Chen," he said. "Traffic was hell." Sarah laughed for the first time in months. "Right on time, Colonel. Right on time." As they escorted her from the facility, Sarah took one last look at the destruction outside. The Zephyrian hegemony had learned too late that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology or their tactics, it was that they never, ever left anyone behind.